Same old story, repeated lines, 17 lies running through your mind.
There is an island. Some may call it Salty Island, and others may call it Fantasy Island. No, I'm not referring to the show. This is an actual island. And on that island, there's a species of people that would like to call themselves journalists. But the belief is that they are most likely just journalists in perhaps education, but not in practice. They're more like storytellers, but not of the good kind. You see, they try to pass these fantasy stories and make people believe that they're actually real, that they're factual, that this is what actually happened. But most of the time, well, almost all of the time, they have no proof. They like to hide behind something called anonymous source or a brother of a sister of a cousin who knew the caretaker of that land. Told us that. Also, now recently, what they've tried to pass as truth is the weaponization of the dead. Oh boy, here we go again. It was on a recent episode of The Sun Exclusive and on other shows in the UK that royal commentator Phil Dampier and British Ghanaian pundit Esther Kraku, flanked by a chuckling host, presented what they framed as dynamite revelations. The Queen, you heard right, the Queen, the deceased Queen, the late Queen Elizabeth II, they claim had been deeply disappointed. In whom, you ask? Well, take a guess. In Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Oh, the horror. The information, they insisted, came straight from the late monarch's cousin, a Lady Elizabeth Anson. Wow, that name is pretty popular. Elizabeth the First, Elizabeth the Second, Elizabeth the cousin. Well, and my mom's name is Elizabeth too, so what am I talking about? Well, let me continue. Now, the information, again, try and follow me here, came from the late Queen Elizabeth II via her cousin, Lady Elizabeth Anson, both of them deceased, by the way, via biographer Sally Bedell Smith. Did you follow that? Okay, so two deceased people, okay? It's like broken telephone. And now the person who's telling us that this hearsay happened is biographer Sally Bedell Smith. Now, this is a very neat, ghostly game of royal telephone, let me tell you. Layered in hearsay, stripped of any evidence, and broadcast to millions. What they truly delivered wasn't news, it was necromancy, a resurrection of the Queen's memory to do the work of tabloid gossip. And as usual, their favorite scapegoat, unfortunately, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. Now, some of you may say, well, Antonio, why do this? Why? As long as I can breathe, I will have a response to this insanity because there are thousands of them who are creating an archive that tells a story about a woman that is false, absolutely false. And I will certainly do my part to make sure there's another account, to make sure that they are challenged to their fantastious storytelling. With that said, welcome. This is Majesty Sussex Report, and I'm Antonio. Thank you for spending some of your very valuable time here with us.
Same old story, repeated lines, 17 lies running through your mind. Mocking queens, erasing race. Every day another false case, fake pregnancy. Whispers grow loud. No class, they shout from the crowd. Victim claims, twisted and spun, dehumanizing till damage is done. Tabloid tales, you bought them blind. Told who to hate, you made up your mind. Critical thinking thrown aside. Cold like chanting, truth denied. Spin cycle round and round, building lies, tearing it down. Her only crime for loving despair, stepping out of line, breathing free air.
Well, we learned the exact moment Meghan's relationship with the late Queen hit the buffers after she was apparently rude for 10 minutes.
And that is our new intro song, Spin Cycle. I hope you like it. If you want to hear the entire song, stick around until the end. Written by moi. I just had tons of fun writing that one, and I hope you like it. Now, what's curious to me is that this certain type of people who've had a makeover, allegedly, they used to wear these white sheets before that covered them and these pointy hats. Well, now they sort of look very coiffed, very sort of put together in a nice suit and nice hair, very metrosexual, if you may allow me to say that. Now, allegedly, I am not saying anyone looks like that. I'm not saying anyone is that. I was just thinking about rebranding and makeovers and stuff like that. That's all. So, let's get to it. According to the story told in The Sun, the Queen was dismayed by Meghan's presence in the royal family. The accusations? Well, that Meghan refused to share details about her wedding dress. Now, you dare hear what I heard. He said they know exactly the time and the minute and the hour, and they know that it was 10 minutes. That Meghan, that's funny because on another show called Palace something or something, um, they said that they also knew that it was exactly 10 minutes, but that it was Harry. It was the prince himself who had berated his grandmother for 10 minutes. Folks, get the story right. Did someone not pay attention in the meeting? Maybe Becky fell asleep. Maybe Ozempic wore off. I don't know. Maybe someone had to attend a meeting where they were wearing those white sheets allegedly and wasn't paying attention. I don't know. But get the story right if you're going to tell us a story. But I digress. So, so Meghan refused to give details about her wedding dress to the Queen. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And that was pursued by 10 minutes of angry conversation, I guess, that Meghan didn't understand royal life, that she was too American, too ambitious, too articulate. Did they say she was too articulate? Oh my, well, that's not bad. Ambitious? That's not bad. American? That's not bad. So what's the dig? Let's continue. So as I was saying, she was just too something, anything. Just find something, insert it in the narrative, and she was just too much of that. Yet somehow, despite all these allegations of disappointment, I recall that Queen Elizabeth II personally invited Meghan onto the royal train. Yes, that royal train that they are decommissioning, the royal train, which Prince Philip and the Queen were very fond of. Yes, that royal train. Oh, yes, the royal train that Queen Elizabeth II requested that if she died in certain parts of the United Kingdom, she should be taken back to the capital by the train. And certain people decided, no, we'll just take her through. I don't know, was it a plane? Yes, I guess a plane. Oy, not even in death, ma'am. They respect you. Let me say. So, I recall, as I was saying, that the late Queen personally invited Meghan onto the royal train, an honor never extended to others. One of those included is Catherine Middleton, the Princess of Wales. So, just so you know, you know. Now, she also, besides other things that she did, she ensured that special transport and security was provided for Harry and Meghan during the Platinum Jubilee. Let's not forget that that same queen also wanted Harry and Meghan to keep their security. That same queen also arranged to meet Princess Lilibeth, who has her name, and also Prince Archie. So this is the queen that these bless that these people are saying that the queen was so horrified of Meghan that she did not believe the marriage was going to survive or should survive. Of course, the queen said those things. That she thought that Meghan had planned the entire thing. Oh, come on. Never once, never once, publicly or privately, did the late Queen spoke ill of Meghan. Not once. Even Meghan, under the immense pressure of global scrutiny, has always spoken with deep affection and respect for the Queen. Not once has she undermined her grand, well, grandmother-in-law. Was it great? No, it's grand. Yeah. Okay. I think I've got that right. Grandmother-in-law. If there was any bitterness, it came not from Meghan, but from the media desperately looking to resurrect some kind of nonsense. Now, the disrespect that these people have got is just astonishing. Putting words into the late Queen's mouth, resurrecting a ghost, and soiling her name with petty gossip and nonsense, absolute nonsense. Now, let me move on to something that I find quite interesting because they do this a lot. The use of Esther Krakow in the panel. And oh, she was such a treat to listen, to watch. a lesson, a masterclass in keeping colonialism alive. There she was, Esther Kraku, presented as the voice of reason, the voice of diversity and modernity. But Kraku is no neutral observer, a rising conservative commentator, I guess. She built her platform interviewing people like Douglas Murray and Peter Hitchens on their Turning Point UK. Her appearances span GB News, Talk TV, LBC, and yes, The Sun. She writes for the Daily Mail, The Telegraph, and other right leaning outlets. Bravo, my dear. Bravo. What was her role here? Well, if you don't know, to provide cover, to use her blackness. Yes, you heard me right. Her blackness as a shield for a deeply racialized narrative, to echo the same talking points about Meghan being, here we go, unfit, out of place, and a bad, bad cultural fit. Esther called Meghan a woman with nothing to lose, a brand peddler, uninterested in service, a celebrity out of her depths. Oh, Esther, darling, Esther. Oh, I mean, the look does not go good with you. Or maybe it does. Sad enough, maybe it suits you. You see, this is the oldest trick in colonial propaganda, and Esther so willingly raised her hands and said, "Pick me, please, pick me. I would like to do it. Pick me, please, pick me." Find one person from the community you wish to align and have them do your bidding. So Esther does the bidding, and she does it all so well. I mean, some of her comments are quite ignorant. But who am I to say? Who am I to say? This isn't just about gossip. And I know I'm making fun of it a little because sometimes we need to make fun of it. We need to laugh at it so they can see how ridiculous they are. It's sort of like saying, well, I'm not making the pantyhose, am I? I'm not making the knickers, am I? You see what I did there? If you watched yesterday's episode, you would know what I'm talking about. And if you didn't, shame on you. No, this is about power. For 8 years, Meghan has been dehumanized, ridiculed, and called everything from a narcissist to a witch. And there's other things I will not repeat out of my own decency. She's been accused of faking pregnancies, bullying staff, manipulating Harry, who they say, by the way, is weak and has no voice. He has no say at all in his life. Yes, yes, the man who's a soldier, who did the training, who went to Afghanistan more than one tour. Yes, that man who flies one of the most difficult helicopters to fly. Yes, that man. So, according to them, manipulating Harry, and she was the sour bite in the Queen's final years. It wasn't Andrew. No, 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 no. It wasn't the son, the heir that she didn't have much confidence in at all. No, 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 no. It wasn't the mm, the ho- no. Let's leave that alone. Let's leave horses alone. You know, horses are good. Yes. So it was Meghan who soured the Queen's final years. Meanwhile, no accountability is given to the British press itself, the very machine that hounded Meghan, the same press that almost ruined her wedding, hacking her father's phone, stalking her mother, and mocked her unborn child. And even when the child was born, they called him you know what. And they even had it in the newspaper. Beauty, isn't it? Somehow all of that escapes the brilliant mind of Esther, the same press that drove the couple to leave the country for their own safety. And of course, don't take my word for it, we keep saying it over and over and over again. The chief of counterterrorism, he made a statement. You can find it. It's out there for you crazies. It's there. There are people who were in jail because of the threats, the credible threats. All of that is available for you. But nah, stay in your cult. Now, that same press that now somehow mourns royal dignity while dancing on his grave, these good for nothing people who think they can teach us about class and about what is right and what is not, they have the audacity to desecrate the name of Elizabeth II by putting words into her mouth that she's never said. How dare they? But then again, this has never been about class or dignity, has it? And when Prince Harry says he will not bring his wife or children back to the UK without security, oh mon Dieu, the scandal. You can find numerous of them with their hypocrite face on, just moaning about, well, what is he talking about security? He goes to these countries, these very, 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 very awful countries. You know, the ones with brown and black people. And he goes there, and those countries, you know, they're lucky we were there because we give them civilization, we give them education, we show them how to bathe, we brought water to them, and now he goes there and those places are dangerous, you see. They're dangerous. But he doesn't want to bring his little munchkins here. How dare he? He is saying that the United Kingdom of Great Britain, our empire, is not safe for his interracial children. I mean, it's not. I mean, it is. Yes, it is. It is absolutely safe for the children. I mean, we would prefer if he just came by himself, really. But I digress. But what's to misunderstand here? The very coverage they produce daily proves the point of the atmosphere, the environment, the ecosystem that they have nurtured for 8 years. 8 years. They are culpable for anything that happens to the Sussexes, for the danger that they're in. 8 years. Okay, let's return to the Queen. Now, the Queen, the late Queen, she cannot confirm or deny what was said and what was not said. Neither can Lady Elizabeth Anson, the cousin of the Queen. They're gone. They're kaput. Tata, goodbye, they're dead. But their names are now being used to justify old prejudice in new packaging. You see, I said prejudice because I was trying to be nice, but that's just racism, really. And as the world fawns over Kate's return to light royal duty, I mean, did you folks watch that? Oh, her talking about that when you recover, in recovery, you need to recover, but then you can't recover because you can't go back to your usual self because it's not really you having to recover, but in the recovery that no one really understands within. Listen. My mother, and I've said this before with all due respect, my mother, with her cancer diagnosis and had to have an operation, and her uterus was taken out. Her uterus. My mother went through chemo. I was there. I know what it did to her. I know. I saw. I lived it. I'm sorry, Kate Middleton, that you maybe had cancer cells or didn't have them or you were preventing them. Listen, I'm not trying to be rude here, but the messaging is still confusing to me. For all of you that believe that you've got it figured out, I'm happy you do. I'm happy that you will take whatever the British media tabloid set tells you and you will run with it. But you see, from the very beginning, this was not clear. And along the way, they keep trying to clear it up because they said to us when she was in hospital, the hospital, that it had nothing to do with cancer. Then later, when it was Where is Kate Gate, all of a sudden, Kate has cancer. Then there was a clarification. No, she doesn't have cancer. What she has is pre-cell cancer. So her treatment is to prevent her from getting cancer. Okay? And then we were told that, hang on. She's going to be gone for 6 months or more. Don't expect her to do anything that is under her responsibility as the future queen of the United Kingdom Empire. Don't expect anything from her. Okay. And then we're told, oh, success. She is back. The princess is back. Successful from her treatment. She is good. No more cancer or pre-cell cancers or whatever it was. It's gone. And there's a celebration and she wears my fair lady outfit and she looks, oh, so fantastic and refreshed. Everyone is like, oh, yes. Then we're told, oh, no, hang on, wait a minute. No. She's still under treatment, you see. She's still under treatment. Please do not expect her to be doing these ribbon cutting things and showing up to anything. She will likely only, I mean, she doesn't really want to because she's so, but she will force herself to show up to Wimbledon. You know the tennis thing, with they have a racket and a ball and they just go back and forth, Yes, she will show up to that. Not to the women's. No, darling, not to the women's. To the men. Hello, how you doing? Yes. Of course. She will show up to that. Are you confused? Because I am. I am genuinely confused. And now we're told there was a Pantene commercial. Some people call it that. I don't. I don't engage in that behavior or in that kind of vocabulary. I do not. Now, what I will say is that it looked like a shampoo commercial or maybe a conditioner, right? And it was her her best friend from uni, oh sorry, her husband and her children. And now they were in a forest. It's like an enchanted place, and then they were sort of frolicking a little bit, but he looked awkward. Like he looked like, why is she touching me? Mommy, she's touching me. So something like that, right? But, and this is the big announcement. She is good to go. She is good to go, good to go, good to go. She's good to go. And then we're told, well, no, she's not good to go. Oh, she gets tired very easily. She she still has the cancer. What? But I thought you folks said, um, now my mother had her operation. She is monitored every so often. She goes in to get checked. Knock on wood. Thank you, baby Jesus. Praise the Lord that evil has not returned. Amen for that. But I'll tell you this, my mother did not get a year off of anything. She didn't. She didn't. So for someone who is so privileged, who is able to not have to do anything, and at any given time can just cancel an appearance, an appointment, and just say, well, I'm still not okay. You're still not okay. How many times have we been told that your treatment was successful, but you're still not okay? Every time something doesn't go well or the princess decides not to show up, we have an army of palace mouthpieces, the Rebeccas of the world, the Richards of the world, and all of them with their face of sorrow, sorrow, sorrow. They tell us that the princess is not okay. Do you all remember that article that said she was better than all the other people who suffered or suffers from that disease, that awful killing disease? Do you folks remember that? That she was better. Look at her. She's better. Hmm. Oh, it just gets me. It just gets me. When you've had and have, because one of my very good friends, I think I told you folks about this not too long ago. She was in a coma. She's out of it. She has cancer also, and every day is a good day. Every day is a good day. I cannot tell you how different my friend looks. How different she looks. In 6 months, she looks so different. But I give thanks to the Lord Jesus, to our God, that she's still here and she has the positivity to still want to live. She still moves around. She still does many of the things that she did before. Just now, she does them with a little bit more care. But Kate Middleton, the English Rose that spoke at a hospital about her condition, and some people understood what she meant, some people didn't, and we had a whole army of royal talking heads telling us what she said. They speak of Kate's bravery in facing illness while forgetting Meghan's courage in facing death threats, unaliving thoughts, institutional abuse, and all of that while she was pregnant. No sympathy there for the black biracial Duchess. None at all. Because you see, the colors, we don't get sympathy. We don't get any of that privilege. Now, I know you've heard me say this before, but I'll say it again. Let this be very clear. This is not journalism. Even though Esther has a degree in journalism, it's not journalism. This is gossip. Gossip dressed up in royal regalia. It is a desperate campaign to sanitize the monarchy's image at Meghan's expense. A rewriting of history where the black biracial woman was always the problem, not the institution, not the institution, not the firm, no. So I signed up for this duty to say, no, no, no. No to the vilification of Meghan Sussex using words of alleged words of a dead woman. No to the manipulation of the memory of Queen Elizabeth II. No to the continued dehumanization of Prince Harry, who has done nothing but love, protect, and believe in his wife. I can't say the same of the others in that family. He is more man than they'll ever know or ever experience. Ever. History must not be rewritten to protect the powerful at the expense of the vulnerable. Meghan's story deserves truth, not tabloid embroidery. And Queen Elizabeth II's legacy deserves more than being weaponized to score cheap points on talk shows. Dégueulasse. What kind of people are you? And as the gospel says, do not bear false witness, Esther. And yet, week after week, the British media does just that. With a smile, a wink, and a carefully chosen panel. But I am watching. We are watching. And we remember. Oh, we remember. And I tell you this, the truth is sweet, baby. Sweet, sweet, sweet. We know that Meghan showed up, that she did the job, that she spoke with dignity, that she walked away not in shame, but in strength. And that, perhaps more than anything, is what they cannot forgive. Too bad for them. Stick around for part two because we've got to talk about the other show. Once again, thank you for being here. Every time you watch, comment, or share, it means more than you know. I pour my heart into this work because I believe in it. And clearly, if you're here, something brought you to, and it's not my pretty face. If you haven't subscribed yet, this is your moment. Click that button. It's free, and it makes a real difference. And hit the notification bell so you will be one of the first people to be notified when something new and meaningful goes up. If you feel moved by what we're building, consider going a step further. There's a Buy Me a Coffee link and a membership option if you'd like to help us keep this going strong. It's like lighting a little candle for something you believe in. And whether you're here quietly or loud and proud, leave a comment if you can. It helps the message travel. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Let us now turn our gaze to the Peacock Theatre of Palace Confidential. That curious corner of the British media where journalism puts on a tiara, pours itself a sherry, and spins rumors into regalia. The latest episode features Rebecca Anglais and Richard Eden. Opens with what they might call reverence and what we might more accurately call ritual defamation. They do not report the news, they create it. They canonize conjecture, embalm gossip, and deliver it to you and all of us in tones reserved for funeral marches and silver jubilee tea. Once again, the dearly departed are resurrected for the noble purpose of slandering the living. The centerpiece of the discussion, Sally Bedell Smith recounting of Lady Elizabeth Anson's claim that Meghan, listen to this, Meghan engineered her relationship with Harry. Oh, she planned it all, that witch. Yeah, that that social climber. That hang on a second. Uh who social climber? Check out check out my YouTube short about the social climbing. Anyways, not loved him, not committed to him, not suffered besides him, but engineered. Yes, Meghan engineered it all, as if she were plotting the takedown of MI6 rather than falling in love with a man made to walk beside the crown since birth. The tone was civil, as they always are, the smiles polite, but make no mistake, this was a lynching by lace, a tea stained, pearl dripped, protocol obsessed execution of character. You'd be forgiven for thinking you've stumbled into some kind of seance. The Queen, deceased now 2 years, was being quoted with such unblinking certainty it might make a bishop blush. We are told she was angry, she was disappointed, she was saddened. She wanted to know about Meghan's dress but was refused. And let's not talk about the tiara. The implication that this once glorious monarch was rendered helpless and heartbroken by the diva antics of a mixed race American actress who had the gall to protect her privacy. Can you imagine Meghan Sussex being rude to Her Majesty the Queen? Oh my Lanta. But let's notice the structure of what they, you know, talked about. There's no quotes, really, no letters, no voice, just what was said, quote unquote, to someone who said it, to someone who printed it. This is hearsay, not heritage. And yet, Rebecca English, in her most journalistic voice, oh, she must have practiced that, declared it had the ring of truth. Oh, Rebe, Becky, all right, girl. I, you know, there's a song I used to sing in Sunday school. When you get to heaven, girl, I don't think you're going there, but oh well. Astonishing. If journalism is to function by hunch and tone, right? Because she's saying the it rings truth to her. So now journalism is not facts anymore. It's about a hunch. I have a hunch and a tone. Now, let us replace the press with palm readers and be done with it. It would be more fun, anyways. So, here's what you're not going to hear from Palace Confidential. Not a whisper about the 8-year smear campaign waged against Meghan by the British press. Not a syllable about the death threats, the stalking, the racism, the photoshopped belly conspiracies. No acknowledgement that Prince Harry feared losing his wife the same way he lost his mother and left to protect his family. No recognition that Meghan spoke of unaliving herself while pregnant and was met not with compassion. Not a word of that. Instead, we get courtiers, cosplay, gossip disguised as governance, royal aides turned prophets in cardigan. Disgusting. Absolutely grotesque. They said Meghan engineered the relationship. Let's entertain that word, engineered. If she engineered her marriage, then what should we call what Kate Middleton has done? Here is a woman who changed universities to make sure that she attended the same one as William, who made sure that she was noticed. So she changed all of her courses to attend the same courses he was attending. Made sure she was at the same social events that he would be at. Then she was noticed. He did what he did. And then he was like, right? And she waited for a decade, 10 years, as he just did whatever he wanted to do, here, there, and everywhere. She waited like Penelope for a ring, while tabloids dubbed her Weighty Katie. But never once Has anyone at Palace Confidential suggest she was manipulative? No one questioned her intention, her calculation, nor her ambition, because ambition in a white duchess or princess is romantic. In a biracial duchess, it is suspect. There lies the quiet racism. One woman is persistent, they would say, while the other is seen as predatory. What Palace Confidential offers weekly is not, again, journalism, but institutional gaslighting, a soft tyranny of the narrative that seeks not to inform but to control. They polish the image of monarchy with the bones of Meghan reputation. They craft a Harry who is hopeless, childlike, and stupid, because a man who chooses love over lineage threatens the entire fable, the entire story, the entire fantasy. They present Meghan as an interloper because accepting her would demand accountability from the press, from the crown, from Britain itself. And so, week after week, they retell the same story, not to remember, but to erase and create a narrative that they want archive and to be what historians talk about decades from now. They want you to believe this was a tragedy, authorized, planned by Meghan, that she walked in, scattered, spat on tradition like ashes, and left a royal family in tatters. But here is the truth they fear most. Meghan walked in, offered service, grace, intelligence, and love, and was rejected. Harry saw that and chose her. He chose her. Not for optics, not for rebellion, but because he saw in her a dignity the institution no longer recognized in itself. They did not break the crown broke itself and will continue to do so. Now, these shows, like Palace Confidentials and The Sun, exclusive, whatever, they are not merely observers. They are actively telling lies, creating narratives, and the story. Curators of the great undoing. If Queen Elizabeth II had doubts, she took them to her grave. What we do know is this: Meghan never once criticized the Queen. She walked beside her, sat with her on the royal train, spoke warmly of her until the end. Let the Queen rest. Let the woman rest in peace. Let truth rise. Let us finally stop confusing gossip with gospel and understand that the only thing Meghan ever engineered was her escape. And for that, I say amen and hallelujah.
On behalf of Majesty Sussex Report Royal Court, we would like to say thank you to the following benefactors: J, Sharon Naismith, Callie Jen, Matilda Adesunloy, Alice Langdon. You help keeping the candles burning. Thank you very much.
I would like to take this opportunity to wish all those celebrating 4th of July a happy 4th of July. I want to speak from the heart. I know these are challenging times. Many of you perhaps are feeling anxious or frustrated and even fearful as you watch the country you love face deep divisions and threats to the rights and freedoms that define the United States of America. But today, as we remember the birth of America's independence, let's also remember what truly makes the United States of America strong. The courage to speak up, the resilience to keep going, and the hope that tomorrow can be better. Democracy is not just a system, it's a promise we make to each other every day to stand up for justice, equality, and the dignity of all people. Even when things feel dark, history shows that the American spirit is unbreakable. The fight for freedom and fairness has never been easy, but it has always been worth it. Your voices matter. Your actions matter. Every time you choose compassion over division, truth over fear, and hope over despair, you help keep the flame of democracy alive. So let's celebrate not just the country that America is, but the country it can be. One where everyone's rights are protected and everyone's voice is heard. My friends, stay strong, stay united, and never stop believing in the power of the people to shape a better future. I hope you are enjoying this day in family, with friends, with your loved ones, because nothing else is more important than being surrounded by the people that you love and you care for, and that they love you and care for you. Happy 4th of July. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. I hope I've done some justice today to the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Until we speak again, take care. Bye for now.
Same old story, repeated lines, 17 lies running through your mind. Mocking queens, erasing race. Every day another false case, fake pregnancy. Whispers grow loud. No class, they shout from the crowd. Victim claims, twisted and spun, dehumanizing till damage is done. Tabloid tales, you bought them blind. Told who to hate, you made up your mind. Critical thinking thrown aside. Cold like chanting, truth denied. Spin cycle round and round, building life, tearing it down. Her only crime for love and despair, stepping out of line, breathing free air. Spin cycle, hearts gone cold, bought the stories that tabloids sold, but truth will rise, breaking through. One day you'll see who fooled who. Royal the cycle stops.